The only thing scary about me today is my dark circles. Boo! Hi, ugly. It's me, Bussy, and welcome back to Hat or Hat. And today, we're going to be reviewing the brandly new... Newly announced cast of Dragula Season 4. We've got promo looks to discuss, Entertainment Weekly bios to read, and Instagram profiles to sleuth through. We'll also be taking a look and discussing Jade Jolie's apology that she's just issued regarding some of her previous actions. We've got a lot to spook you with today, so let's get started. First, some general info about the season itself. It premieres on October 19th on the AMC horror streaming service called Shudder, the same one that they put Dragula Resurrection on. The other exciting thing about this season is they've announced the grand prize has been increased to a grand total of $100,000. And they've got some amazing guest judges lined up for this season, like Poppy, Vanessa Hudgens, Orville Peck, and Bob the Drag Queen. Now let's see what our ghouls are up to. But first, a quick message from today's video sponsor. When I look for deodorants, my primary concerns are freshness and staying power. However, I also care about what I put into and onto my body, which is why I'm thrilled to be partnering with Native, makers of the best, in my opinion, aluminum-free and paraben-free deodorant on the market. I've been using Native deodorants for a couple of weeks now, and I can confidently say that I've never smelt or felt fresher. Their deodorants are not sticky, they dry quickly, and they last all day, even under the stress of studio lights. And the great thing about Native deodorants is I feel good about using them because they use simple ingredients I recognize like coconut oil and shea butter. And best of all, they're vegan and cruelty-free. I've been using Midnight Jasmine and Sage, which reminds me of a fresh rain. Charcoal, which has an earthy vibe to it, and my personal favorite so far, Coconut and Vanilla, which reminds me of like a calm walk on the beach. They also offer a plastic-free packaging option for their deodorants and have amazing body washes and toothpaste. Here's the tea. 3 deodorants are normally $36, but when you use my code BussyQueen, you'll get them for just $24. That's 33% off. And you can also use my code to get 20% off any body wash or toothpaste. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description of this video and go Native with me today. Thanks Native for sponsoring today's video. First up, Austrud Aurelia. Her name is making me think of that scene in The Office where Michael is like, so her name is Astrud. Anyways, Astrud hails from Phoenix, Arizona, and says that she is into punk rock music. She's a singer-songwriter and wants to bring a lot of punk rock fashion to her time on Dragula. She's got on this like rainbow paint splattered leather punky outfit, and she's spooked this outfit up a little bit with one little horn on one side and something on the other side of her wig that I don't know what it is. I can't tell if it's like supposed to be a fascinator, a hat, or just a random piece of fabric. She's giving me Inkling spraying paint everywhere if y'all play that game, mixed with like a little bit of Mad Max vibes. Her look isn't necessarily the scariest of this cast, but it does feel fresh and fashionable. I think I'm gonna give this a hat. Over on her Instagram, I did find this one like truly drag super monster photo where she kind of looks like a rabid mouse with deer antlers. And then we've also got a photo of this yellow rock and roll outfit that looks really fun. We love to see it. And next up, we love an alliteration. It's Bitter Betty. Miss Betty is a self-identifying trans woman hailing from LA who says she is bringing over 20 years of drag experience to the competition. I'm like, girl, that's longer than I've been alive. I wish. I'm living for this look that she has brought to us today. She is giving us like this kind of pink zebra pattern on her arms and legs, and then a Rihanna S&M chains and whips excite me corset vibe in the center. Her hair is fabulous. I love the little details of the spiders crawling all over her, and I'm really excited for her because I think she brings an interesting perspective as a trans woman to the competition. She's pretty well known for protesting RuPaul's Drag Race, and more specifically the comments Ru has made about trans queens being allowed on the show. Back in 2018 and 19, she actually went to RuPaul's Drag Con in protest looks, first as an alien to represent her alienation from the franchise, and then later as, well, I can't actually say what she's dressed as because of YouTube guidelines, but you can go check those out on her Instagram profile. Miss Bitter Betty, you have no reason to be bitter today. This look is hot. Next up, all the girls are standing in the line for the bathroom to meet Koco Caine. Miss Koco is from Tulsa and identifies as a they-them drag shapeshifter. Koco says they're gonna be serving seduction and horror, and of course, body positivity, and is a self-described zombie stripper. This look very much gives me all of that and more. I'm living for this like decaying flesh outfit. It is so hot. And I love how she has paired this like literal rotting flesh outfit with giant fierce drag jewels. And over on the gram, we've got some more scary looks. We've got Little Miss Piggy serving up some fresh human meat, butcher knife and bat wing ears in tow, and also this little spooky clown look, showing off that shape-shifting ability a little bit and giving us some versatility between the different genders. Miss Koco's got my interest piqued, but will her time on Dragula be a short-lived high? Or a full season bender. Next up, Night of the Living Drag Doll. It's Hoso Terra Toma. Hoso's drag style is drag yokai, which means they draw visual inspiration from Eastern myths combined with obscure foreign references. Girl, this promo look is scary, the house down murder boots. This look is giving me like if you mixed Chucky from Child's Play with Trixie Mattel and then made it even scarier. Girl, take a look at what's going on with those masks on the chest. That is wild. It's reminding me a little bit of like the Hollows from Bleach and how they have those like face masks. And with this level of creativity and costuming, I cannot wait to see what they're gonna bring to this competition. Hoso Terra Toma, you get a from me. And in Hoso's transformation from their out of drag character to the in drag character, you would never expect this sweet little person on the left to look like this horrifying creature on the right, but they can and do. And interestingly, this drag performer's hometown is in HBC town, Seoul, South Korea, which means that Dragula has officially gone international with casting, or this performer also performs and lives in America? I'm not sure exactly where they reside, but in their bio, they talk about how they're really excited to participate in Dragula because it's going to offer a really safe space for her alternative style. Next up, they say he'll last forever. It's Formelda Hyde, which is a really fun drag name for a couple of reasons. Firstly, Formaldehyde being like the preservation chemical for dead bodies that it is, and then Hyde is a last name by itself, I think also being a reference to Jekyll and Hyde. Formelda is from Phoenix and uses he, him, and they, them pronouns, and identifies as a drag monster. Girl, woo! I think what's so interesting about Formelda is their use of masks in all their looks, which we'll see the rest of here on Instagram in a second, but you can see how like the staticness of the mask adds that extra level of creepiness. No facial expressions, but they've left cutouts for the eyes and got on these spooky white contacts and then created teeth out of what looks like toothpicks or nails or something. Like, girl, this shit is scary. The only thing that left me a little confused about this look was there are parts of it that are so clean and crisp, like the boots and cape and shoulders, that compared with like the fleshy bloodiness of the rest of it was a little disjointed for me, but I'm not really sure if that's just part of their character and they really like to juxtapose like the conflicting ideas of cleanliness and horror or what that's about, but I guess we'll see more on the show. This look gets a Formelda from me. Over on the gram, the creepiness continues. Masks in drag, I think are really interesting because while it seems like it would be easier to have a drag character with a mask, I think there are actually additional challenges and hurdles that these people have to overcome, like we have seen in the past, such as Yovska or Moniki's Shame, primarily being relatability, because it's so hard to show an audience and show a panel of judges who you really are behind a mask. Anyways, next up, it's Jade Jolie, who followed the White Rabbit all the way to Dragula season 4. This is literally the last person that I expected to be on Dragula. Like Little Miss Rainbow and Sunshine, the Taylor Swift lookalike of drag. I feel like her being on Dragula is like her Reputation era, or maybe she's in her Red era, you know, for blood. The very same Jade that wore that iconic hair runway that inspired future hair runways and was responsible for two of the biggest memes of the Drag Race franchise, of course being Get Her Jade when she was reading Alyssa, and then Alyssa's retort to her calling out the back rolls.
Back rolls.
I just think it's gonna be so exciting to see 8 years of growth in this person that we already know and love and see how they've changed not only themselves, but their drag character. She is giving us an Alice in Wonderland White Rabbit inspired fantasy. She's got what appears to be a vial of blood and a bloody pocket watch around the chains on her belt, some little sparkly ears, and a bunch of belts to complete the look. I'm not gonna lie, this look does make me a little bit nervous because I'm like, is she gonna be spooky enough for this competition? Is she gonna be able to sell the fantasy of alternative drag? I do think this look is great for a club or a very specific number on stage, but don't think it really says Dragula promo look or reintroduces her to the world in the way that I guess kind of expected to see her reintroduced. So for that reason, I'm gonna give this a rot. But maybe that was just like an intentional way to distract us because that is the point of the White Rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. Now, let's discuss her drama. After this new Dragula cast announcements, Twitter users were calling her out for a scene in an adult film she participated in now, I guess 8, 9, 10 years ago, something like that. I cannot, because of the YouTube guidelines, tell you specifically what was in there, but let's go ahead and read her apology that she posted on her Instagram story, which I think if, you listen to what I'm saying, you'll understand what was in there. She wrote, "I'm so thankful for the love and support I've received today. I'm also thankful for the comments I've received holding me accountable for my previous actions. When I was in my younger youth, I was down on my luck financially and did film work to survive. During one of those shoots I was involved in, I was asked to portray a soldier in a scene. Against my better judgment and with an abusive partner pushing me to say yes, I chose to participate, and I have felt shame and regret for that decision every day. My shame has also prevented me from speaking about my decision and making an apology. I realize now that avoiding this is only more damaging to the Jewish community and the people who have been hurt by this. I take full accountability for my choices and understand that what I did was wrong regardless of the circumstances. I do not support anti-Semitism, racism, or bigotry in any way, and I apologize sincerely to anyone who I have hurt. I hope moving forward I can show you that I'm not someone who is above taking accountability for the things I may be ashamed of." And not to take away from her apology, but I do feel like I've been reading a lot of them lately, and I have the same feelings about hers as I do about others. I think people can grow, I think people can change, and it's nice to see her taking accountability for her actions. So that's that, but let me know what you're thinking about this down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions on the subject. Next up, Merry Christmas? No, Merrie Cherry. Miss Merrie hails from Brooklyn, New York, and says she hopes to bring the strengths of a true entertainer to the competition. Concerning her promo look, I don't really understand this choice. She's in what kind of just looks like a red satin bedsheet and cheetah print flats. And she looks really pretty, don't get me wrong, but for Dragula? For the Dragula promo, you went this simple? I don't know, it's just a really interesting choice. I think even more confusing is the glitter in her hair. I'm like, girl, we could have maybe just at least done a little bit of blood there, right? I don't know. I really wanted to unwrap something a little scarier from Miss Merrie Cherry. This look is a rat. She does have some more fun stuff on Instagram showing a more alternative side. On this photo on her Instagram, she wrote, "Get you someone that can do both. Drag has always been about having fun. Whether you are fierce and polished or campy and messy. As long as you are keeping the children entertained, you are doing your job." So I will definitely be looking to Miss Merrie Cherry to entertain the children. Next up, holy or not, here comes Saint. I'll be honest, this is the queen I am most excited about this season. I first saw Saint in Dragula season 3 and then watched her deservedly win Dragula Resurrection, and it really just feels like a really awesome full circle moment to see her once again competing for the crown as a totally different evolved drag character. Saint is really special, I think, because she has this unique take on horror and glamour and has found a way to make everything she does very modern and fashionable, yet also very alternative and unexpected. Boo! I think this promo look is a great example of who Saint is as a drag character as well. She is giving me Wonder Woman. She's giving me Amazonian warrior princess of the future. I love these metal cuffs that she's got on her shins and arms. And of course, the hair and makeup is fabulous as well. And she's also got on a sensible chainmail panty. This look is hot. There's just a level of polish and attention to detail that goes into all of Saint's looks, and cannot wait to see what they're bringing to this new season. Next up, Sigourney Beaver, who I think wins best drag name of this cast. She is from Des Moines and is a self-described AFAB drag queen or drag impersonator. She says the thing that makes her special is that she brings the art of burlesque into her drag, and girl, you wanna talk about impressive promo looks? Look no further. She's giving me hyper glam, hyper femme, Elvira on steroids. This look is insane. I mean, girl, like how many wigs does she have on? It's amazing. The giant collar, the silhouettes, the leg cutout. I am drooling for more Beaver. And that's the first time and only time I'll ever say that. This look is definitely red blood hot. Her Instagram also proves that this look is not a fluke either. She has this amazing bat look and this kind of like Bride of Frankenstein inspired spooky ghoul vibe look thing going on. And out of drag, ain't she just the cutest little thing you ever did see? The spookiest looking ones are the most innocent, sweet looking out of drag. Anyways, let's leave the Beaver Dam and head over to Mexico City. Next up is La Zavaleta. In her bio, she says she is living in Brooklyn, New York and is a recent transplant from Mexico City. She says she specializes in mixing sexy and scary, which you know, I mean, it's what we expect from a Dragula contestant, and specifically excels at live entertainment. This promo look, I think, is beautiful. Simple, elegant, and also she kind of looks like a bad dream personified, or like a spooky cloud of dark, mysterious dust with some pokey shoulders. She's giving me body, she's giving me darkness, she's giving me glamour. This look is hot. Zavaleta also has some amazing looks on their Instagram. I found this look that she created out of pleaser shoes. And this type of look is, I think, a prime example of why I love Dragula as a series so much. We get to see so much raw artistic creativity come out of the queens they cast, mixed with sickening drag. And that wraps up our cast. 10 fresh ghouls to scare us on Dragula season 4. I'm curious though, where is the Dahli? Because he did come back to life on Resurrection, but we haven't heard anything since. I'm not looking for any spoilers, but I'm curious to know what y'all think will happen with Dahli. Will he come back this season as like a surprise special guest? Will he be a surprise 11th hour contestant? What do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments below. And now it's time for my favorite game, where I let y'all know my favorite look of the set. My hottest hat is going to go to Hoso, Terra, Toma. I've also asked my patrons to vote on their hottest hot, and today they've chosen Sigourney Beaver. As always, I want to say thanks to you for watching this video, and give a special thanks to my generous patrons who support me over on patreon.com/BussyQueen. That's my members only website, where my patron family gets exclusive benefits like early access to my YouTube videos, access to exclusive videos, access to the Bussy Queen Discord server, where I'm currently running a competition to win free merch, and more. Come hang out with the rest of my patrons and I on Patreon by clicking the link in the description of this video. See you there. I also want to say thanks to today's video sponsor, Native, for keeping my pits smelling delicious. Don't forget to check out Native by clicking the link in the description of this video. I also want to give a special shout out to Jamie Lee M, Audrey Atwood, B, Chelsea Bonyata, AB Pomegranate, Justin McLeod, and Alexandria Leibowitz, who've just joined my Patreon at the hot tier, and Marchosius, who's just joined my Patreon at the hottest hot tier, and Ali Al, Angel, Adaluda, Caroline, Cyrus, Felicia, JB Joseph, Josh Marchant, JP in Dallas, Laura, Matthew, Maxi Wow, Robert Reeves, Scooby Snacks, Sailor, Steven, Tom Jaco, Tom Young, Topher, Triton, and Wheelie, who were all supporting me at my Bussy Queen Collector tier. See y'all later. Love ya. Bye.